Somebody said 180 boxes. That's a lot more than that. Or 180 pallets or whatever. A lot more than that. Alright. All people talking all that shit. Here you go. Tell me what this says. I can't do it all. I don't want to get in trouble. See? They're wrapping them up right there. FedEx is right there picking them up. In and out, in and out, in and out. Alright, so here's another shipment going out. All that right there is the body bags. Another shipment going out. They come in and go out quick. They're coming in. Here's another load going out. They're going out in these unmarked trucks over here.
Alright, Shalom Aleichem. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakha Kodash. I'd like to give my honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teach His word in all true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to title this lesson, Great Death. And as you can see, the clip I just played earlier, this is what's coming upon the planet Earth. Great death. You know, mass death, man. And there's going to be a plethora of ways that's going to take place, man. You know, you got the jab. You got pretty much famines and the sword, you know. And a plethora of other things that's about to intensify on the planet Earth, man. You know. The pretty much that's the depopulation, which that's the agenda of the Edomites, but really ultimately that's the agenda of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is part of the intent of the Lord, man. See, the scripture ain't, the Lord didn't coin the days of Noah just because of the people was in a festive, they was docile to what's happened. Also, it was coined this time is also coined as the similar to the days of Noah. Why? Because death is gonna come on a global scale, man. You know, death is gonna come on a global scale, man. Was this part of the intents of Yahweh Shema Shai? Matter of fact, the second Ezra 5:1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, see, meaning what the prophecies. This is part of it. It said, "The days shall come," which we are in the beginning of that. We're in the beginning stages of these things taking place. That's why you're seeing all these chess pieces being moved. You have these different. It was a point in time, over a year and a half ago. Pretty much, you had military vehicles being shipped in through strategic spots here in America. You know, you had Trump sign the executive order to have 100,000 troops over here. You know, you seeing these body bags being shipped out. You know, these major retail stores closing, and they being modified into other things that's going to be to their uses, such as concentration camps. You know, it was a shipment of guillotines. So we seeing these things prepared. We seeing these days. We are in the midst of these days, man. We just in the beginning stage before ultimately intensifying. But guess what? It all goes back to Yahweh Shema Shai. This is all part of His plan, you know. And these people about to witness reality, man. Things are not what you think it is, you know. But it says, "Behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number." See? That word great right there, because it's going to be of the highest degree. You know? Just like now, like I said, back then, you know, the days of Noah was because of the lifestyle that people was living, you know. But also because it was, a lot of people died in that time. And it could have been millions because the earth was well populated. But it was a great number that was taken in the time of Noah. How much more in the time where wickedness have far exceeded, on the planet Earth, man? This is the plans of Yahweh Shema Shai. They're going to be taken in, and it said the ones that dwell upon earth, meaning the ones that subscribe to the so-called white man, that trust in this system. That's who it's going to, It says, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Yeah, see? Because when all hell break loose, these people ain't going to have no relief in sight, man. A lot of them going to die for just heart attacks and shit. Just seeing things just happening, man. Was the Lord, it tells the Lord have appointed those certain deaths, and that's that the death toll is going to be great because of pretty much there's so much shit these people can die by now. See, we ain't in the valley of the shadow of death for nothing. Everything kills you, man. But it was set up like that, This back 2 Ezra 16 and verse 18. It said the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. See, we just in the beginning stages of these things, even though it can be perceived that so-called if you're just a regular old American, and their low level mindset, they think everything's gonna get back to normal. You ain't gotta wear a mask no more. These certain businesses opening up. But we really in the beginning of the great sorrow. The money finna crash. These gas prices still going up. Oh, it's about to be a rise in meat. Dealing with it was a cyber attack on a meat distributor. So hey, we see these things taking place. We seeing the beginning stages of the sorrows. See, we finna see why you gonna be sorrowful. We finna see why you gonna be in mourning, man. Because of the things that's coming upon the earth, man. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. See, the beginning of famine and great death. See, these are the things that's coming, man. And what else can we really tell you? They're just like a fire alarm. Fire alarm gonna have that same tone because it's a fire, and it's not gonna stop until the problem is solved, the fire is out, or the building is burnt down. Which it tells you with this word, we're gonna consume this man. So we ain't gonna stop until it take place. But the point is, we telling you the things that's coming upon the planet Earth. Famine and great death. And then going back to that word great is of the highest degree. Meaning what? It's not like back then it was on a handful of ways you can die in the ancient world. Now it's so many ways to die here, man. A telephone pole will fall on your head, a car accident, a mechanical dog. See, a mechanical dog. You got these sentinels, you got drones and super soldiers, and that's just dealing with Esau and his sword, the jab. That's part of the sword. Then you got the newly created beast. You're gonna have people actually gonna be hunting for other people as meat, man. And there's gonna be plenty of other things, apparitions and but this is what's taking place. This that time we in. This is Yahushua, tells there's gonna be a time like no other. Oh, it also tell you that in Daniel. Let's get that in Daniel real quick. Let's get that in Daniel. Daniel 12 and 1. It said, and at that time, see, just that same time, going back what we read in Ezra the 5th chapter. That's that same time during 2 Ezra 16th chapter. Read 2 Ezra 15th chapter. This is that time where these things are going to take place, where reality is going to set in for people, because that what happened in the time of Noah. Reality set in when that judgment took place, man. You trusting in the so-called white man in this system is going to lead to your detriment, man. Because you're going to see how volatile and how pretty much finished you people are when these certain things take place. Oh, when the power go out, when the water, because that's going to entail the water being cut off. You people ain't gonna have a clue what to do, man. That's why I said that way of truth gonna be hidden, the land gonna be barren. You ain't gonna have no clue when these certain things, your certain things be taken away from you. With actually all these things, you know, people gonna fall apart, man. But this is that time where it was gonna happen. We ain't looking for another rulership to, we gotta wait on the Edomites to come into power now. No, this is it right here, man. But it said, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, with standard for the children of thy people. So that's how bad it's going to get. That even the archangel Michael is going to be involved, you know, as well as pretty much hey man, the Lord is going to throw the kitchen sink at this place, man. So that's why dealing with the elect is going to have to take divine intervention, man, to be preserved from these said perils. It says in there, see, here in this time shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Everybody that's written in Yahweh Shai, that's abiding in Yahweh Shai, those are the ones that are going to be preserved. But it said it's going to be a time since there was a nation. So even this is going to trump the time and all. This is going to trump Egypt, the previous works of the Lord. This is what the Lord is going to ultimately, this is the time where the Lord is going to, show his power, and ain't going to be no forgetting Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. You ain't going to be like, what happened in Egypt, because now over a course of time, people didn't, they didn't acknowledge who did it. They acknowledged Egypt, but they never acknowledged who did it to Egypt. Well, in this time, this modern day Egypt, which is America, you're going to know very well who did it, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Before you say anything about America, you're going to utter the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man. But this is that time where it's going to take place. The Lord is about to, give these people a reality check. These people hey, these Americans are asleep. But just wait when the Lord pulled the plug on these people, man. When you see, you still got these Americans talking about, that's just a conspiracy theory. They put a lot of things off. They just want to continue to keep the lights off. But wait till the lights literally cut off, man. That's when reality gonna set in for you niggas, man. When you see them M-Raps in the streets, or when you see them grocery store closed, or you see a long chip line wrapping around the block, that's when reality gonna set in for a lot of you people, man. But then that's gonna be too late. Why? Because ultimately you was in the report. When it said famine, it was somebody that had to play that part. Or somebody dying by the sword, or the beast of the field. Guess what? Somebody actually had to play that part. And for the ones that didn't believe the report, it was because they was in it. So let's end off on this. This is the book of Sirach 36. And verse 1, it said, have mercy upon us, O Lord, power of all, and behold us. See, and that's the mindset that we have. That the Lord, Yahweh Hashem shall have mercy upon us. Because we understand that this judgment is unavoidable. That's why preservation is written throughout the scriptures. Being preserved despite the outside elements, man. Despite whatever's going on, you ain't harmed. Why? Because you're being preserved. That's like you ever look at like these different like those preserved, like those jams, strawberry jam. Strawberry preservatives or raspberry preservatives. It's like a force field. You got that little mason jar, and you can do whatever thing but that because of that mason jar because it's in that mason jar, the preservatives is being preserved. So us being in this world, abiding in Yahweh Shai, we're going to be preserved despite the outside elements. But we asking the Lord to have mercy on us, man. Because we understand the time that we about to enter into, what the beginning of that. It says, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. And like I said, that's part of the reality setting in. Because these people don't fear Yahweh Shema Shai just through their acts. They can say, yeah, I love God, I believe I'm a God-fearing man, or, a God-fearing woman. But your acts say different. You doing a damn mukbang of King Crab, but you say you fear the Lord. Well, the Lord gonna show you real fear when these things take place. See, now these people gonna see why Obama signed all those coffins. Or you was hearing about a concentration camp. You see, reality gonna sit in for a lot of these people, man. Reality gonna sit in for a lot of these people. It said, lift up thy hand against the strange nations and let them see thy power. Because, and it said a strange nation, and that's how the Lord's gonna show himself unto these people strange. Matter of fact, let's get some real quick. The Lord's gonna show himself strange, because these gonna be strange works the Lord is gonna do, man. Tells you, he gonna do his strange work, which what he did. One of those strange works was dealing with the chariot zapping people, and you gotta stay alive to even witness that, man. See, it's gonna get that bad that it's gonna, you gotta actually make it to the day of the Lord. We in that time period. We in a day where it's gonna actually lead to that day, but then you gotta actually make it to it, cause that's how bad it's gonna get, man. And it's gonna be a plethora of ways the Lord is gonna take these people out, and it's not just gonna be your conventional way. Like I said, just going back to the chariots. That's towards the finale. But you're gonna have wild beasts that you know of and don't know of. Apparitions. A lot of people gonna die of heart failure. They heart might explode when they see a damn apparition or something, man. Those are the strange works the Lord is gonna bring upon this place. This is the book of Psalm 18 and 26. It says, with the pure thou will show thyself pure. See? And that's why it tells you all things are pure unto the pure, meaning the words. If you pure in spirit, and when this doctrine is presented unto you, because it's a pure doctrine, it's gonna be perceived as pure. You're gonna resonate with it. But it said unto the forward, the Lord is gonna show himself forward. So meaning, just like how this place is riddled with homos and trannies and just all type of weirdos, well, the Lord is gonna be a weirdo to them. By the way of these things that comes upon the planet Earth, because these Americans, they can't really see nothing past if it ain't got batteries in it, or if it ain't plugging up to the wall, or if it's a Bluetooth. They can't comprehend how is it working. Like I said, you see these apparitions, they're gonna think it's some mirrors, until they know it's a real thing. These newly created beasts. The Lord is gonna show himself forward to these people, man. Like I said, they weirdos, but the Lord is gonna be a weirdo unto them. But that's those strange works, those strange acts the Lord is gonna bring upon this place. Oh, even that massive famine. This famine is gonna be like a famine like no other. This sword is gonna be a sword like no other. See, we about to witness these plagues at its very height, man. Of the highest degree. So yeah, you've seen a famine before, read about it, but it's not gonna compare to this time. You ever heard about a war? It's not gonna be like this type of war. The weapons that's being used in this modern time, you can't compare that to any time before. Even a time of trouble, our Lord Yahweh said that's gonna be affliction like no other, man. So, but this is that reserved time. The Lord is gonna do that. He's gonna throw the kitchen sink at this place, man. So this is Sirach 36 and 4. It said, as thou was sanctified in us before them, see, so be thou magnified among them before us. And just going back, you're gonna see why we were separated from you people, man. By the way of this world, it said, we actually being weirdos to the weirdos. We're separating ourselves from these people, this society, this system, because of this word. Because we understand, just like in the time of Noah, the Lord about to, get down. Death is about to come on a global scale. Whatever I got to do to get right, to be preserved from that, When what happened? He looked at crazy, you know, building that ark. Just like now, we look so-called crazy with garments out, preaching the scriptures, you know. You might cuss out the so-called white man. You might cuss out the so-called black woman, you know. Bringing precepts out, doing videos, declaring the downfall of this place. We look crazy to these people, but we are separating ourselves. Why? Because of what ultimately happens. The Lord, just like Noah, even though he looked crazy, it tells you that ark saved him in his house. Just like it tells you the ones that are gonna be preserved is gonna be saved by his works and by faith, man. So that's why I said, as thou was sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. Meaning what? Just going back to Noah, because that's the same time we in. We're in our even timelines is reincarnated. That's why it was written. Because that was a testimony for the day, you know. But the point is that how did the Lord magnify himself before Noah in that time? By the way of the flood happening. The words actually came to pass. So that's how it's going to take place in this time. The Lord is about to wreak havoc on the planet Earth, man. And he's going to use Esau. He's going to use these spirits that's created for vengeance, you know. And ultimately, the Lord's going to actually roll his sleeve up by sending Yahweh Shai to top it off, man. You know? But this is how the Lord is going to do it. His word is going to come to pass. That's how it's going to be magnified among them before us. Because somebody actually got to suffer the famine, the wild beasts of the field. You know, being taken in a great number, and we actually witnessing it. You know? It says, and let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. See? So that's how they're going to know the Lord, by the way of the judgments. See, back then, they knew the power of heavens and earth when they neck was, you know what I mean, up in the water, they nose above water, man. You know? Because, you know, it got to the point it was a build-up dealing with that flood. That flood just didn't happen one day. It took 40 days. And it constantly tells you the waters increase. So you don't think you're seeing these plagues and these things creeping up on these people, man? To ultimately, you're going to realize there's only one true power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. What's he known for? The judgments. You know? That's what the Lord is known for. And that's what these people about to realize, man. You know? Matter of fact, continue on. It says, show new signs. And make other strange wonders. This is that time. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. See? And that's going into Yahweh Shai. Even down to the prophets. Why? Because we saying Yahweh Shai gonna do it, and then it actually happens, man. So that's why that's how he set forth his wondrous works, man. You know? When these things come to pass, and those works is going into scenarios, man. This how the Lord separate himself from, because you know he's the true powers of heaven and earth. The Lord will tell you about a scenario that's happening in the future. You know, dealing with the scriptures, thousands of years ahead. Something that's a whole nother kingdom that's gonna erect in the latter days. The Lord is giving you a scenario on how it's gonna take place. The surgical torture the Lord is gonna bring upon this place and ultimately overthrow it. We seeing the scenario playing out now. You know? But this is the time the Lord is going to do this, man. You know? So, yeah, I just hold to edify. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Racha Kodash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I like to say Shalom to the elect, that's these word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. DTA, Abide Babal. Soon, very soon.